You've been lied to. About a faith followed by almost 2 billion people. About a religion called Islam. You've heard it's violent, backward, oppressive, dangerous. But here's the truth. The biggest threat isn't Islam. It's ignorance about it. So let's clear the air, once and for all. Lie number 1. Islam is violent. Let's get this straight. The word Islam means peace through submission to God. The Qur'an forbids murder, injustice, and oppression. Terrorism? It's not just forbidden, it's condemned. One verse says, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had killed all mankind." That's from the Qur'an, chapter 5, verse 32. So where does the violence narrative come from? Extremists distort the religion, and media distorts the story. But almost 2 billion Muslims live in peace, and their voices are rarely heard. Lie number 2. Islam oppresses women. Reality check. Islam gave women rights 1400 years ago, when the world still treated women like property. Right to inherit, own businesses, and keep earnings. Right to consent in marriage. Right to seek knowledge. Right to divorce, vote, and lead. Hijab, not about oppression, it's about modesty and identity. The oppression people blame on Islam often comes from culture, tribal customs, or politics, not the religion. Lie number 3. Muslims worship the moon. False, and honestly, that's borderline ridiculous. Muslims worship one God, the same God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Peace and blessings be upon all of them. He has no shape, no image, and is unlike his creation. The crescent moon is just a cultural symbol, not something Muslims worship. In fact, idolatry is the biggest sin in Islam. Muslims pray to the creator of the moon, not the moon itself. Lie number 4. Muslims hate Jesus. Wrong again. Muslims love Jesus and believe he was the Messiah. He's mentioned by name 25 times in the Quran. Born of the Virgin Mary, performed miracles, called the people to worship one God. He's a prophet, not God's son, but still deeply honored. The real divide. It's in the interpretation, not the reverence. Lie number 5. Islam spread by the sword. Here's the truth. The fastest growing populations of Muslims today? Well, they're actually in places where Islam was never spread by war, like Indonesia, Africa, and the West. The Quran says, "There is no compulsion in religion." That's from Quran, chapter 2, verse 257. Yes, empires fought wars, just like Christians, Jews, atheists, and honestly, everyone else in history. But Islam's growth came more from trade, education, and character, not conquests. Lie number 6. Muslims can't live peacefully with others. Historically, Muslims, Jews, and Christians lived together under Islamic rule, with rights, safety, and respect. And today, millions of Muslims live in Western countries, raise families, run businesses, and contribute to society. Islam doesn't teach isolation. It teaches dignity, coexistence, and truth-telling. So why the lies? Because fear controls people, and truth sets them free. If people knew what Islam really teaches, they'd ask questions, they'd connect, they'd stop hating, and some might even start believing. If you've made it this far, you're seeking truth. Don't stop here. Read, question, reflect. Judge Islam not by the headlines, but by its book, its teachings, and its followers who live it with sincerity. This is unlabeled truth, and it's time to erase the lies.